What happens when children commit crime?
When was the last time you caught a criminal?
Mostly, the kind of support we need from people is information.
Is that why you're a police officer?
Am I
To get
to get money?
Hello, everyone, boys and girls at home, and the parents as well. You're welcome to the Junior Citizens on Branama television. Today, we'll be talking about our rights, our responsibilities towards contributing towards building communities and our great country, Nigeria. I have with me a special guest, but before I introduce him, we have 5 junior citizens on set today, and they will be introducing themselves quickly before we go to our special guest.
Hello, my name is Olivia Olat.
My name is Dara Rogers. Hello, my name is Olabode Oluwatunshi.
Hello, my name is Enyolu Alatunde.
Hello, my name is Olivia James.
We will be talking all things law and order in our communities, in our country. And our special guest today is the Police Public Relations Officer in Lagos State, Mr. Benjamin Undein. Thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for being patient with us.
And thanks for having me on the show today.
You're welcome. Thank you. So today we want to hear from you all things law and order, what we can do to contribute to the things that you do. First, let the children hear what it is that you do for us, the great job that the police does in the nation.
Once again, thanks for having me on the show, and I'm happy to be here with these young ones. So for us in the police, what we do basically is to maintain law and order, to ensure that everywhere is calm so that people can go about their lawful businesses. We also protect life and property. So we keep you safe from the bad guys. We protect life and property. And we also prevent crime from happening. We try our best to prevent it from happening. And in that regard, we usually need the support or cooperation of citizens, young and old. So young ones like you two would support us in preventing crime. And lastly, we also detect crime and prosecute criminals. By that, I mean in the unfortunate event that a crime has taken place, so it's our duty to swing into action and ensure that we find out the people, the bad guys behind the crime. And once we get them apprehended, we ensure that they go to court and get convicted where necessary, and they do their time in prison. They go to jail so that other people would learn that crime does not pay.
All right, thank you so much for that. I know that there's a lot the police has to do, but you also mentioned that there are parts that the people in the society can also play. Can you give us a little bit of that so that they will understand firsthand what it is that they can do to support the police work?
Okay, thank you very much. You need to understand that the police cannot be on every street, in front of every house at the same time. We try our best to go on patrol, to move around, but most times we are not in front of your house morning, afternoon, night. So we rely on the support of the people, and that's where you come in as a very good citizen of our dear nation. Mostly, the kind of support we need from people is information. Most times, information. So when you see something going wrong, you see something you believe is not right, then it's your duty to reach out to the police. So you see a strange face, you see somebody you believe, you just have that feeling, it's a hunch that, oh, this must be a bad guy, he's not up to any good. So it's your duty to inform the police. Let them know there is a strange person walking down our street, and we think we need you to come check him out. So basically, information. When you see, that's why we have the popular saying, when you see something, you say something. Don't just keep it to yourself. Some people would keep it to themselves, thinking, oh, it doesn't affect me. I'm in my house, the doors are locked. But if you allow it happen, that person might come back another day, and this time around it might be you. So you don't wait till it happens to you. Once you see something going wrong, it's your duty. You are duty bound. It's expected of you to reach out to the police. So, in a nutshell, the police would never succeed without the support of the people. Would never. So we need people to come on board. So we always say security is everybody's business. The business of security, you have a role to play. And once you see something and tell the police, then we will take it up from there. We'll thank you for giving us the information. We'll appreciate it and would work with that information to make the society safe for everyone.
All right. Speaking of safety, how can they safely do this since they're still quite young and they may not know how to walk that walk towards reaching out to the police? How is the safest way they can do this?
Well, the safest way to reach us, considering their young age, is to reach us via phone. Maybe with the consent of an adult around you, you reach out to mommy, you reach out to daddy. Like, I saw something. Could you call the police for us? Or could I go ahead and use the phone? Can I call the police? And we have some short codes that make it easy to reach out to the police. So, for example, in Lagos, we have 767. It's quite easy to remember.
Can we say that?
767.
767.
So you pick up your phone and you dial 767 and you call that number. Somebody's there to take your call. Somebody's there to know if it's a police emergency, fire emergency, health emergency, and definitely help will come your way. We also have a second short code in Lagos that is 112. Can you repeat that?
112.
Okay. Can you remember the first one?
767.
Perfect. So we have 767, we have 112. These are short codes. You call these numbers and you go straight to the point, tell them what the problem is, give them your location, your address, and help will come your way. And that way, you have not only helped yourself, you have also helped others from experiencing such an unfortunate or nasty experience that would have happened.
So these two numbers, whether you have internet or airtime or not, the numbers will go through.
Yeah, that's a very good question. So you don't need call credits on your phone to call these numbers. Even if you have call credits and you call these numbers, you're not going to be charged for it. It's absolutely free. We call it toll-free numbers. So just have these numbers handy, and whenever there's something that you feel you should talk about, call these numbers, and you don't need to pay a dime for it, and help will come your way.
All right. I know the children are dying to ask you a lot of questions, but let me just add this last one about keeping safe. Now that children have their gadgets everywhere, being situation aware, being environment conscious, of maybe any threats that could come. What is it they should be doing wherever they are, and being conscious of the overuse of gadgets and not knowing if there's a threat around them?
Yes, I like one expression you made use of, situational awareness. So as young ones, you need to be aware of everything that's going on around you. I'm going to ask, do we have up to 100 people in this room with us? Do we have up to 100? Okay, but do we have more than 5 people here? Oh, fine. So you are situationally aware. You should know what's going on around you. So if mommy asks you about what happened yesterday, like, okay, so you went to a particular place yesterday. Did you notice the people around there? You should be able to tell that, oh, there were like 5 or 6 people there. There were like 3 men, 2 women. You should be able to give all of those things. So in other words, I'm saying, wherever you go, don't be carried away by your tab. Don't be carried away with the games you're playing. Don't be carried away with the novel you're reading on your tab. Always have situational awareness. Know what's going on around you. Always look around. Take a pause from whatever you're doing. Look around and be sure that everything is fine. And if something looks wrong, quickly reach out to the nearest adult around, or reach out to your mom, or reach out to your dad or your guardian, and let them know something is going on that you don't think is okay. So, situational awareness. Can you repeat that?
Situational awareness.
That means being aware of the situation around you. Um, Always know if it's dark, if it's time to go home. You should always know if it's time to drop your tab and do one or two other things you've been asked to do. So basically, if you are situationally aware, you save yourself from trouble. But if you get too engrossed in your tab or any other thing you're doing, then one bad guy could come around and get too close before you know it. So don't let bad things get too close to you. Always look around every now and then. I'm happy you can tell that we have less than 100 people here and we have more than two people. So that means you know what's really going on. What's the color on the wall in this place? Black. Yes, you should know all of those things. I sat here and before we started the interview, I was looking at your beautiful faces, looking at your beautiful footwears. I could tell who is wearing white sneaker, who is wearing black. So these are the things you would need if you need to help the police or your parents to fish out a bad guy. So in everything you do, always be situationally aware.
Did we hear that?
Yes.
So how many doors can we see here?
2.
How many cameras are here?
2.
All right, thank you so much. We'll get to their questions because they have quite a lot, and you could ask them as well. We'll be right back after the break, and you're watching The Junior Citizens on Branama TV. Welcome back. You're watching The Junior Citizens on Branama TV. And we're talking law and order, rights and responsibilities. And I have with me 5 junior citizens in the house and the Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer, Mr. Benjamin Undein. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. So the children are ready to ask you some questions, and I'm sure you have some. Do we start with your questions
Let's
to ask
start with
them?
them. Let's start with them.
Okay. So you take turns, okay? No rushing. We say law and order. Do we remember the numbers you gave us before, toll-free numbers? Yes? Let's hear.
767
And
112.
clap for yourselves. They've done well, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
All right. So who's going to go first? You heard everything he said about your rights and your responsibilities. All right. Let's start with Olivia James.
Please, when was the last time you caught a criminal?
Today, we did today. We do every day. So we did today. It's our job to apprehend criminals, like I said earlier. And we did today. And once we conclude our investigations and discover that, he's truly criminally liable, then we take the person to court before a magistrate or a judge, depending on the severity of the offense. And once such a person is convicted, the person goes to prison to serve his term.
What's your favorite part of being a police officer?
My favorite part of being a police officer is to see that there's no miscarriage of justice, to see that bad guys get punished. I don't like it when someone does something bad and goes home to sleep well. I don't like it. I want that bad guy to be punished. So my favorite part is seeing justice prevail, saying that there's no miscarriage of justice.
So, sir, who is the world's most wanted criminal?
The world's most wanted criminal. We don't have just one person. We have many of them. It's a list. The most wanted criminals with an S. There's a list. And we have them in every country, or not every country, but many countries. So the list cuts across different countries. You have some people who are wanted for war crimes. You have some people who are wanted for not war crimes, but also crimes of very large magnitude, like people who are into drugs, hard drugs on a large scale in Mexico. So they're also wanted. And People who committed war crimes in Liberia, in Congo, are also wanted criminals. So it's a long list that we cannot exhaust. But if you have access, if your parents allow you access to the internet on your tab under their supervision, these are things you could actually search online and say the world's most wanted criminals. And it's a list that is not fixed. It keeps changing. Some people get arrested, so it's an ongoing list. Be a good person. Don't get on that list. It's not a good thing. Make sure you're a good citizen. Thank you.
Do we make that promise?
Yes.
We will be good citizens of Nigeria.
What or who gave you the idea of becoming a police officer?
It was my idea, and nobody gave me the idea. So as young ones, to try to search for your passion, what you would like to do, and try to discuss that with mommy and daddy, and I'm sure you get their support. If mommy and daddy gives you their own idea, you have to like it. Nobody's going to force you to do that. So in my own case, I liked it myself from watching things going on in society and seeing other police officers perform well and excel at their job. So I liked it and I worked towards it. I went to school, got educated, applied to be a police officer, went for the interview process, scaled through, passed the interview, and got the job. And I've been contributing, let me say my quota. I've been contributing my quota as a citizen, a good citizen of the country, towards ensuring that we have a better society.
If no one's aware of a crime, how do you get to know?
If no one is aware of a crime, how do we get to know? So I'll tell you this, we always get to know of crimes. So it's either we get to know before it happens or after it happens. And either way, the criminal will get punished. That's why nobody should go into crime, because you will definitely get punished. The criminal would go to prison. So if you say, how do we get to know? Yes, it's a matter of time. Sometimes it takes 2, 3, 4 years for a criminal to get apprehended. But nobody should believe that, oh, I can do something bad and go scot-free. No, it doesn't happen. If you do something bad, you get punished. Even if there is nobody to tell us before it happens so that we can prevent it, if it eventually happens, then we'll be on the lookout. If you remember, at the beginning, I was telling you our duties as police officers. I talked about detecting crime. Yes, we prevent crime, but we also detect. So if it happens, if nobody told us before it happened, and it happens, so it's our duty to detect it. We start looking for the criminals. If the criminal runs away from Nigeria, then we have what we call the Interpol, the International Police, simply put. So it's the full name is International Criminal Police Organization, or Interpol. So if the person runs away from Nigeria, we would contact the Interpol. We have them in every country. And so we'll contact the Interpol in the country the person must have run to arrest the person and send that person back home to face his punishment. Or even if we don't know the country the person ran to, we can always distribute the person's information to every country. Like we're looking for this person in case you see him. So like you asked, if we don't know, it's temporary. We will eventually know. We would eventually catch the bad guy, and the bad guy would eventually go to prison.
Do you get paid for catching criminals?
Yes, I get paid for being a police officer, like every other good citizen of the country who works in one department or government agency or private sector or the other. So it's my job. That's the only thing I do, and I get paid for doing my job. Yes.
Is that why you're a police officer?
Okay.
To get money.
No, I'm a police officer, like I said earlier. When someone asked that, what was the best part of being a police officer? And I said, I would like to see a society where we have justice prevail. So I am a police officer because I love the job. I'm passionate about it. Just the way some of you, all of you would have something you're passionate about. You already have an idea what you want to be in future. So it's about the passion And alongside your passion, you get paid as a means of survival. So I'm doing it for the passion, just the way I encourage you all to passionately follow what you like.
Are the police doing anything about the homeless children on the streets or adults? Or at least are they sending them to school?
Yes. Um, Sometime 2 weeks ago, we saw a video on the internet about a young girl being maltreated by her guardian, and the police was invited. The video was brought to the attention of the police, and what we did was to go to that house and rescue the child from maltreatment. So we rescued the child and we handed over the child. Of course, the guardian was arrested for being a bad person, for maltreating the child. And we handed over that girl, the young girl, to the Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Social Development. So it's their job to put such homeless people or endangered people in shelters. They call them shelters, where they keep them and make sure they eat good food, they get good health care, and they also go to school. So we do that regularly. Just 2 days ago, somebody called me to say, "Oh, there's a homeless child here in Bariga. We want the police to come and pick this person." And what I did immediately was to call the most senior police officer in that area. We call them DPO, Divisional Police Officer. And he quickly proceeded to that place and took the child and handed over to the ministry. Can you remember the ministry I mentioned? Ministry of Youth and Social Development. That is their job to do all of these things. And a couple of minutes after, community members called me to say, "Oh, thank you very much. The police just left. They took the child away." So we do that every day. We get these children, but we need more capacity for that. Maybe that's another topic, but we do that every day, and we save lives.
So, why are the policemen on the street? How can we help them to be happy?
That's a great question.
Yes, you see, I'll tell you something. It's often saddening to arrest bad boys on Monday, and on Tuesday, you're passing the same location where you arrested bad boys, and you see maybe those or another set of bad boys. So if you want to make policemen happy, first of all, try not to be a bad boy so that the policeman's job is easier. We don't want too many bad boys in our society. Try to make sure you're a good boy. And also, if you see bad boys trying to commit crime, you don't have to challenge them for your safety. Stay safe in everything you do. Don't challenge bad boys, but call the attention of the police to it. You can use 767. You can use 112. You don't have to mention your name or your address. Just let the police know, "I see bad boys on 234 streets. They want to do something bad." And that way, it's easier. The police officers would be happy if they can catch bad boys before they commit crime. But if crime happens, some people have been hurt, some people are injured, and they call the police. We are not happy that such happened. So if you want to make us happy, first of all, don't be a bad boy or a bad girl yourself. And if you see something bad about to happen, let us know. And we'll be so happy. We'll be more than happy to know that we saved the day, we stopped something bad from happening, and we saved some people from getting hurt.
What's the biggest crime you've been a part of solving?
For me, any crime that saved, any operation, let's call it operation, that is going out to stop crime, that saves lives, is a very good one for me. So sometimes you prevent robberies from happening, you prevent fraud from happening. You know what fraud is? Okay, you prevent fraud from happening. But for me, the biggest one is saving a life. Or somebody, for example, we've had cases where somebody decided to commit suicide. What suicide? Yes. So somebody jumped over the third mainland bridge into the water, and we were alerted and we quickly mobilized the Marine Police. We have the department in the police called Marine Police. They are always on the water to ensure that the waterways are safe. And they quickly moved to the place, dived into the water, and brought the person out. I felt so good that we were able to save lives. And similar cases, whenever lives are saved, there was a time a woman, a very wicked woman, locked up her children in the room and went away for days, 3-4 days. And neighbors had to call the police to say, these children are there, hungry, crying for 2 or 3 days. And we went there, broke the door, and rescued these children. So for me, whatever involves saving lives is the biggest for me. Then saving people or arresting people who are victims of fraud, those ones are secondary for me. Saving life comes first.
So, what is the safest way to play or walk outside or on the streets?
Okay, the safest way to play or walk outside on the street is first with the consent of your parents or guardian. You need their consent. You need to confirm from them, is it okay to play over there? If they say it's okay, that's good. If they say no, do not go there, it's not safe, then do not disobey adults that are watching over you. For no reason should you disobey them. If they say don't play there, then don't. If they say it's okay, then it's okay. And the safest way to also play outside is to be situationally aware. We talked about that before. What's situational awareness? Can somebody remind me? What did I say situational awareness was? Yes, very good. When you know your surroundings. This place, do we have, is it just this floor or do we have another floor or we have another floor? Do we have another floor above that floor? No. Good. So you have situational awareness. So if you want to play outside, first get the consent of your parents or guardian, and secondly, have very good situational awareness so that the moment you see a vehicle driving in a zigzag manner from afar, you are situationally aware. You can tell something is off, something is wrong, and you can quickly run in so that it does not hit you. Or you see a group of boys walking in a menacing manner towards you, and you can quickly run inside. So to play outside safely, 1, with consent of an adult, and 2, have situational awareness.
All right. Let me ask Mike quickly, okay? What happens when children commit crime? Let's say in Nigeria, what happens when a child has committed a crime?
Yeah, so we have juvenile courts. We call them juvenile courts. There's a court strictly for children. And once they get to the court, it's now at the discretion of the magistrates to see if the child can be corrected. We don't want to say punishments now because there's a child, the child probably doesn't fully understand the implication of what he or she is doing. So the magistrate looks if the person can be corrected moderately and warned and asked to go back home and not do that bad thing again. But in some extreme cases, we also have juvenile prisons. So they take young ones. So that's why you shouldn't do anything bad. Young ones can also be taken to prison, juvenile prison, where they will be kept till they are 18 and above. And sometimes when they are 18, they are now taken to a proper court to still answer for the same crime they did, they committed when they were young. So it does happen. Just last year, we arrested a very young boy who was cutting the clips on rail tracks somewhere in Agege, a part of Lagos called Agege. So there's this clip they use to hold the rail tracks to the ground, and he was busy taking them out. And you know, when you take these things out, then the rail tracks are no longer safe. They are no longer pinned to the ground, and the train could derail. So when we arrested this boy, he said he sold them because he was hungry. He sold them for a very small amount, maybe scrap, like 1,000 naira each. And we took him to court. and he was remanded. Actually, the magistrate said, no, because he's not a first-time offender. He's done this before. I warned him, handed him over to his parents. Now he's doing this again, so it's obvious the parents cannot take care of him. So let's just take him to a juvenile prison where he will be properly supervised and taught or taken to school, like you asked earlier, taken to school so that he can become a better person in society. So we have juvenile courts and we have juvenile prisons.
Please, can you show us some of your cool gadgets?
Oh, he can tell us about them, I'm sure.
I can tell you some of our cool gadgets. If we happen to go on break again before the end of the show, I could show you a very important gadgets. Luckily I came with one, and that's the walkie-talkie. Ever heard of that?
Yes.
The walkie-talkie. So the walkie-talkie enables you to speak with other police officers, even if there is no phone signal. You don't even need phone signal. It doesn't use phone signal. And the good thing about it is, the moment you say something, every police officer with a walkie-talkie hears what you're saying. So it's easy to coordinate. It's easy to tell everybody that, oh, we are running after some bad guys, and they just left 4th Street. They are going towards 6th Street. So any police officer on 6th Street should be on the lookout. They are using a red car. They are 4 in number. So it's a very cool gadget. It saves lives. So as a police officer too, you can use it to save not just your life, but the lives of people around you. So that's a very cool gadget. Some other gadgets are not very handy. We have some other gadgets we can use to get your location. For example, somebody gets kidnapped. The person is still with his phone in his pocket. We have some gadgets we can use to check his location and know where to look for such a person. And we have spy cameras too. We don't have that in large circulation among police officers, but there could be a tiny camera there where we call it body cam. If you go out and you're able to look out the window, you would see some people in uniform called Lagos Neighborhood Safety Corps, LNSC. You will see that more on them. The camera, it's a cool gadget. Yes, it's on the uniform. It's called body cam. So they can record everything that's going on. So if we arrest the bad guy, apart from going to court to testify and tell the magistrate or the judge what's truly transpired, we can just play back what has been recorded with our body cam. So we have those cool gadgets, and these things help us fight crime better.
How can you use dog to track a criminal?
Yes, dogs have special gifts. Dogs can be trained to sniff certain things. So how do we do that? Sometimes we get dogs when they are still very small, puppies, and we mix the certain drug we want it to be very good at sniffing out. We mix it with its food, and it keeps just small quantity. So the dog is so used to it. So the dog smells ordinary food, and the dog is not interested. But the dog smells that food with that drug we're training it with, and it's very interested. It's familiar with it. So once they grow up, they are very good, very adept at sniffing out that drug. And we deploy such dogs at the airports, at very large fields where we have so many people, maybe your school parade. So we deploy these dogs. And from afar, if somebody has these drugs on him, the dogs can quickly wag their tails to show that somebody has something. And you follow the dog, let the dog lead, and to take you right there to the particular bag where that thing is. It's not just for drugs too. We also make them very aware of explosives, dynamite, so that when there's a bomb somewhere with explosives or dynamite, they can quickly sniff it out. So dogs have proven to be very useful in fighting crime. We have an animal department in the police. We call it FAB, Force Animal Branch, where we have dogs and we have horses. And these have proven to be very useful in fighting crime. So dog is very useful. The police started using it many years ago. Some other agencies have also adopted that. They saw that it has helped the police a lot. Now we have the Air Force using dogs. We have the Civil Defense using dogs, and some other organizations. So dogs are very useful.
All right. All right, we'll take a quick break now, and in the interest of show and tell, we'll be seeing one of the officers' school gadgets. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're still watching The Junior Citizens on Branama TV. And we're here with the Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer, Mr. Benjamin Undein. And he is with our junior citizens here to tell them all about his work. He's been answering their questions. Here he's going to show them one of his cool gadgets as they requested.
So, like I told you earlier, that I was going to show you one of our cool gadgets. This is called a walkie-talkie. And like I told you earlier, if I speak into this, everybody with a walkie-talkie would hear what I'm saying. Just a few seconds ago, somebody is talking right now. But I bet you would not understand what they're saying because we speak in codes. So I can allow you listen all you want, but you would pick a few words, but not everything. So he has said something like, "Oh, this is going out to all Delta Papa Oscars," and you would not know what that means, but I know what it means, and the person involved too knows what it means. So this is a cool gadget that saved lots and lots of lives. This is once again called walkie-talkie.
Walkie-talkie.
Pass it around.
Walkie-talkie. All right, we're getting to the end of the show, so I don't know if you have any questions for the citizens.
I do not have any question, but I want to force myself to ask at least one or two questions. So, which one of you would like to be a police officer?
Amazing. Too scary.
You would like to be a police officer?
I won't like to be a police officer, but I know someone that would like to be a police officer. That's my younger brother.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
I'm really encouraging him for what he wants to become because I like the idea of being a police officer, but I don't want to be it.
Okay.
And
All
for you,
right.
why don't you want to be a police officer? You were saying something about scaring?
I just don't feel like I'm able to become a police officer. I get scared quite, and police officers get killed sometimes, and I don't want to be part of that.
Okay, so you're scared now. By the time you get older and you're no longer scared, would you reconsider being a police officer?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right. Thank you very much. You want
I
to say
want to
something?
be a police officer, but not really a police officer that, let's say, like the Air Force.
Okay.
That's why I want to be a police officer of the Air Force, so like I'm fighting the projects of the people who want to plant bomb in the country, all that.
Wow.
But that's good. It's still part of policing. So while we are policing the land, you will be policing the air. So that's good. That's good. I like that. You want to say something?
No. So no one has anything to say. So as we round up, I wanted to ask, have you ever considered, has anything happened to make you want to quit?
Yes, like Olatunde said, like some people get killed. So sometimes your very close friend gets killed. And you ask yourself, will you be the next? Should you quit so that you stay safe? But we can't all start quitting. If we all quit, then nobody's going to be a police officer. And these things can happen anywhere. You don't have to be a police officer to. So yes, sometimes it gets scary, but we keep our eye on the ball and we stay focused, and we're still here.
All right, awesome. So as we end, just one word for the children and the children watching us at home as well. As a police officer, on keeping safe and being part of maintaining law and order in our societies.
Yes, I would say to the young ones here and those at home to always listen to the advice of their parents and guardians. If they advise you not to do something, please listen to them and do not go against their advice. If you see something, especially something bad, do not hesitate to say something. And finally, make sure at all times you have situational awareness. Thank you.
Situational awareness is not once off. Constantly be aware of where you are and what's going on. Do we agree? All right, that's the end of the show today. Thank you so much for joining us on The Junior Citizens on Branama TV. I'm Betty Dibia. Thank you again for watching, and stay tuned to watch more episodes coming from the children. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Thank you.
And thanks for having me on the show.